Crank It Up. I'm Jim Price, and today I want to talk about the most controversial combo I've seen discussed in Smash Up ever. We're nearing the 500 video mark, and to lead up to it from the Smash Up side, I'll be talking about 3 specific combos. Next week, we'll look at what I mistakenly thought was the worst combo in the game a while ago, and after that, what I think is the best combo in the game. I'll add in a video about my favorite battlefields somewhere in between, and that will bring us to 500, where we have a lot of special things planned, so mark your calendars for February 21st. In 4 years of podcasting and discussion, in a game with over 3,000 combinations, there is one combo that I've noticed routinely gets brought up as the one that some players love and other players love to hate it. I call it the most controversial combo because many swear that this combo is overrated, and I don't believe that, so I won't call it that. It's a combo that I've discussed many times and one that I really enjoy, but you may not. I've seen many comments go off course just to mention how bad this combo is, even though it has nothing to do with the topic at hand, just because they want to kill this combo. And of course, that combination is Superhero Princesses. Since I've talked about this combo before, including its March Smashness biography, which is linked in the description, I will try not to repeat many of those points. Instead, since I'm clearly on Team Superhero Princesses, I will try to summarize the arguments I've seen against it, as well as some other things that may be perceived as weaknesses, and try to mitigate them. I know full well I will never be able to change the minds of some of you, and that's okay. You're allowed to be wrong. The first argument I wanted to call out is the one that I can't even wrap my head around. Superhero Princesses is not a great combo because there are other better combos. This makes no sense. I have personally never claimed that Superhero Princesses is the best combo or even an S-tier combo. It is consistently competitive without ever feeling broken, like what a great combo should be. This mentality is like saying that Final Fantasy VI isn't a great game because Chrono Trigger is better, or pancakes aren't great because waffles are better. A great combo is given that title relative to its peers, but the presence of better things, especially those that come later, don't erase that label. In fact, I strongly believe that there is a line where, once crossed, combos are unhealthy for the game, and too many players tend to live beyond that line. Many of these combos are broken and require a counter, which ironically is often Superhero Princesses. But even ignoring the previous argument, there are those who believe that this combo is just okay, and some who even believe it is bad. And a large part of that has to do with the perceived dependence and vulnerability on the mild-mannered citizen. And it's true. Mild-mannered citizens as a 2-power recruit can die fairly easily. But I don't accept this argument because it means that any recruit-driven faction can't win, like a giant ant pirates or killer plant aliens or anything like that. Truthfully, you only need a mild-mannered citizen to survive for one turn, and if a player immediately destroys it, then you are creating a war of attrition against a faction with 10 to 5-powered minions. Additionally, they have the numbers, recursion, and defensive cards to mitigate the odds of destruction. Regardless of their partner, if mild-mannered citizens were always so vulnerable, then superheroes simply wouldn't work at all, and that is simply not the case, so I don't accept that argument. There are also those who point to the lack of minions as an issue because Superhero Princesses only have 15 instead of 20. Yes, this will lead to more minion starvation, especially with 5 self-destructive minions, but again I don't agree here. They have recursions on both sides of the fence and don't really care where in the deck their minions go because of that instant access. For all the talk about power creep, you can typically get away with 1-5 if that's your only power on the base, and this combo has plenty of movement. The burst is perfect for this combo because it's a free play and move, allowing easy spread out. If you are dogpiling onto a base constantly, yeah, you're going to lose by being inefficient there, but that's not how this combo is played. And what is often forgotten about this combo is that mild-mannered citizen indirectly draws cards which gives you more action certainty, which is particularly relevant to the next point. Superhero Princesses together have some bad cards, and this is a point I actually accept. Expanded Power, Heirloom, Sidekick, and Fairy Godmother don't have a great place in the combo, not traditionally at least. And you'll notice that these are all actions, which presents itself in the form of asking, what are your mid-game actions? Early game. Terminally, there are some great choices, with Justice Friends and Princess Movement being great options. When they need to recover, there are plenty of choices between Golden Age and Direct-to-DVD sequel, which the ability to recur both of those as well. They do have some good options, but they don't necessarily pay off immediately, Happily Ever After being a great example. It's very hard for superheroes to win with that terminally, but a gutsy but great opening move is to start with a citizen and happily ever after on an empty base. And by removing the minions from your deck, you actually get more action certainty to get those high-powered actions that you want in the end. Of course, this would be compounded by the fact that some people believe superhero princesses don't have a high ceiling, and this is true to an extent, but it misses the point. With superhero princesses, which tend to have low quantities of minion, Captain Amazing doesn't reach her full potential, but we need to remember that Captain Amazing is always at least a 6, one away from King Rex, and you can grab her whenever you want. For a 2-turn combo, you have a citizen who can grab any 5 and play a 5 from your hand. It's really hard not to be in a position to do this. Either Captain Amazing is in your deck or hand, because she won't be in your discard for long, so that means you are looking at a 2 who becomes a 5 at daybreak, followed by a 5 for your minion play, and Justice Friends. With Captain Amazing talent, that's 16 power, which is certainly serviceable, considering that you can pull over a minion for even more efficiency. That's a very high floor since you are able to do this multiple times. While other combos can certainly add more, no other combo excels at stopping it at the same time, since high-digit bursts almost always involve extra plays. Given how much disparity I've seen regarding the combo, I think it's fair to wonder if it's played correctly. Certainly, I've seen a lot of people say that they don't understand itty critters, and they are phenomenal, so there's always the possibility that a combo is simply being played wrong. I played this combo extensively, and as I spend more and more time with them, 3 very important things stand out to me. First, sometimes you have to get creative to commit yourself to what this combo wants to do. For example, the heirlooms aren't really the best fit because it's hard to get many of them stacked on a 5, because the mild-mannered citizens aren't great fits, unless you view the heirloom as a defensive maneuver. If you don't have an action worth playing, and you want to increase the odds of survival, playing an heirloom in that context makes perfect sense, because you can get them back with Griselda, and it pushes them into the range of 3 or more rather than 2 or more, and against some factions, that can make all the difference. Another example of getting creative is to use Sidekick with Awesome Guy on an empty base. Awesome Guy doesn't always get to do a lot, and 7 power can be a lot, because a 16 power burst breaks most bases on top of that, but the upside is that you start your turn with 10 power. This leads into my second point, which is that this combo really needs to plan 2 to 3 turns ahead, because they are on a strict cycle of setup, payoff, and recover. Knowing how to be efficient to reduce the need to recover is very important, as is pairing certain cards together. And Golden Age plays a large role in this, not just because it's your recovery, but because it puts the cards on the bottom of your deck, which is where you can't draw them. The worst thing that itty critters can do is draw their critters, and Superhero Princesses is affected if you can't play the right 2 minions on the same turn, because both are in your hand. Because they can drop raw power and move at the same time, and also manipulate bases all at once, I find myself making a strict plan each time and doing what I need to commit to that plan. It's not effortless, but it gets results. The final key takeaway is that this combo, like many great combos, needs to know its weaknesses. I've talked about this in the retrospective from March Smashness, but Lucha Egyptians were the perfect counter to a combo used to being the counter. When you exploit power or cancel abilities, that hurts them. If you don't play defensively with your citizens, and you are facing a destruction faction, clearly that will hurt them. But I can take many great combos we all agree on and establish game plans that will break them down. I think, like anything popular, this popularity paints a target on their back, which makes their weaknesses much more magnified, causing players to counterpick specifically to prove they aren't as great as we think, and that's never fun for anyone. Simply by saying the name Superhero Princesses, some players are going to get angsty, but I remain convinced that this combo is neither the ultimate combo that some claim, nor the underwhelming alternative. It is consistently competitive and great fun, and I'll happily play it when given the chance. Superheroes were basically made for princesses, and I think this combo doesn't deserve the hate that it gets. Still, results are results. Some people have won tournaments with them, and others claim that they can't win at all. Can you think of a combo more universally controversial, where there are adamant players on both sides of the fence? And what do you think of Superhero Princesses? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let's shut it down.